You're broke, not because the world is against you, not because the economy is bad, not because opportunities don't exist. You're broke because you got comfortable. Yeah, I said it. Comfort is the most dangerous addiction in the world. It doesn't hurt you immediately. It doesn't scream. It doesn't warn you. It just slowly, silently destroys your potential. You wake up late. You scroll your phone. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. And tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into next year. And suddenly, you're still in the same place with the same bank balance, the same excuses and the same regrets. Comfort has you trapped and you don't even realize it. See, being broke isn't just about money. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's a pattern of choosing what's easy over what's necessary. You choose Netflix over learning a new skill. You choose sleep over grinding for your goals. You choose temporary pleasure over long-term success. And then you wonder why nothing changes. Let me tell you something harsh, but real. Nobody is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you success. No one cares about your excuses. The world rewards results, not intentions. You say you want money. You say you want freedom. You say you want a better life. But your daily actions are telling a completely different story. You can't say you want success while living a life built on comfort. That's a contradiction. Look at your habits. That's your real truth. Because what you do every day is what defines your future. If your days are easy, your life will be hard. But if your days are hard, your life will become easy. Right now, you're choosing easy days. You're avoiding discomfort. You're avoiding pressure. You're avoiding growth. And that's exactly why you're stuck. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Money doesn't come from comfort. Discipline isn't built in comfort. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort, but most people will never reach it because they're too busy protecting their comfort zone. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you did something that made you uncomfortable? Not slightly uncomfortable. I'm talking about something that challenged you, something that scared you, something that pushed you to your limits. If you can't remember, that's the problem. Because comfort kills ambition. It makes you settle. It convinces you that this is enough. But deep down, you know it's not enough. That voice in your head telling you that you're capable of more, that you're meant for more, you keep ignoring it. And every time you ignore it, you become weaker. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you lose a piece of your potential. And over time, that adds up. Years go by, and you look back wondering where it all went wrong. But it didn't go wrong in one big moment. It went wrong in small, daily decisions. The decision to not wake up early. The decision to not work on your goals. The decision to stay comfortable. That's how people stay broke. Not because they can't win, but because they refuse to suffer. Let's be real. Success requires sacrifice. It requires long nights. It requires discipline when you don't feel like it. It requires showing up when you're tired, stressed, and unmotivated. And most people don't want that. They want the reward without the struggle. They want the money without the effort. They want the life without the grind. But that's not how this works. You can't cheat the process. If you avoid pain now, you will feel it later. If you avoid discipline now, you will face regret later. So the question is, what pain are you willing to choose? The pain of discipline or the pain of staying broke? Because either way, pain is coming. Comfort just delays it. But when it hits harder. That's why you need to wake up. Right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Because you'll never feel ready. Readiness is a lie. Action creates readiness. You don't wait to feel motivated, you move, and motivation follows. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You create it. You don't wait for life to change. You change your actions. That's how winners think. And right now, you need to decide, are you going to keep living this comfortable life that's keeping you broke? Or are you finally going to step into discomfort and take control? Because the truth is simple. Your life will not change until you do. Your bank account will not grow until your habits do. Your future will not improve until your mindset does. So stop blaming the world. Stop blaming your situation. Stop blaming your past. And take responsibility. Because as hard as it sounds, this is on you. And the moment you accept that, that's the moment everything starts to change. Right now, you're standing at a crossroads. Not physically, but mentally. One path is the same life you've been living, easy, predictable, comfortable. No pressure, no risk, no growth. The other path? Uncomfortable, uncertain, demanding. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and a version of you that you haven't fully become yet. And here's the truth most people avoid. You already know which path you've been choosing. You've been choosing comfort because it feels safe, because it's familiar, because it doesn't force you to face your weaknesses. But comfort is lying to you. It tells you that you have time. It tells you that one more day won't matter. It tells you that you can start later. But later is a trap. Later is where dreams go to die. Every successful person you look up to, they didn't wait for later. They moved when it was uncomfortable. They acted when they were unsure. They worked when they didn't feel like it. That's the difference. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's the ability to operate in discomfort while everyone else is hiding from it. And right now you're hiding. You're hiding behind excuses. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't know where to start. But let's break that down honestly. You have time, you just waste it. Hours scrolling, hours watching, hours doing things that don't move your life forward. You have money, you just don't manage it. Spending on things you don't need. Chasing short-term pleasure instead of long-term gain. And you know where to start, you're just afraid to fail. That's the real reason. Fear. Fear of looking stupid. Fear of failing. Fear of being judged. So you stay comfortable because it protects your ego, but also kills your future. You can't build a powerful life while protecting a weak mindset. At some point, you have to choose. Do you want to be comfortable or do you want to be successful? Because you can have both. Success demands pressure. It demands consistency. It demands that you show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. That's where most people break. They rely on motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you'll feel it, most days you won't. And if you only act when you feel motivated, you will stay stuck forever. Discipline is what changes everything. Discipline is doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. It's waking up early when your body says sleep. It's working when your mind says relax. It's staying focused when everything around you is trying to distract you. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you escape being broke. Not with one big move, but with small, consistent actions repeated daily. And here's something most people won't tell you. It's going to feel boring. It's going to feel repetitive. It's going to feel like nothing is happening at first. That's the process. Success isn't exciting in the beginning. It's slow. It's quiet. It's built in moments where nobody is watching. While others are relaxing, you're working. While others are sleeping, you're improving. While others are complaining, you're executing. That's the difference. And over time, those small actions compound. They build momentum. They build confidence. They build results. But you'll never see those results if you keep quitting when it gets uncomfortable. Because discomfort is a test. It's the filter that separates the average from the elite. Most people feel discomfort and stop. Winners feel discomfort and keep going. So the next time you feel tired, good, that's your moment. The next time you feel like quitting, perfect, that's your opportunity. Because every time you push through discomfort, you're becoming someone stronger, someone more disciplined, someone who is no longer controlled by comfort. And that's the version of you that wins. Not the comfortable version, not the lazy version, not the version full of excuses. The disciplined version, the focused version, the relentless version. So stop waiting for things to change. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the right time. This is the time. Right now. Because every second you delay, you're choosing comfort again. And comfort is exactly why you're still broke. Look at your life right now. Be honest, no filters, no excuses. Is this really where you thought you'd be? Is this the version of yourself you once imagined? Because at some point you had bigger goals. You had standards. You had a vision of a stronger, more successful version of yourself. But somewhere along the way, you got comfortable. You started settling. You started accepting less than what you're capable of. And the dangerous part, it didn't happen all at once. It happened slowly. A little less effort each day. A few more excuses each week. A little more comfort every month. Until one day, this became your normal. And now, breaking out it feels hard. That's the trap. Comfort doesn't just keep you still, it lowers your standards. It rewires your mind to accept average, to accept struggle, to accept being broke as just the way things are. But it's not. That's a lie you've been telling yourself to avoid change. Because change requires discomfort. And discomfort is exactly what you've been running from. But here's the reality. The life you want is not far away. It's just on the other side of the habits you keep avoiding. It's in the early mornings you skip. It's in the work you delay. It's in the discipline you refuse to build. That's where everything is. Not in some lucky opportunity. Not in some perfect moment. In your daily actions. And right now your actions are weak. Not because you're incapable, but because you've trained yourself to choose easy. You've trained yourself to quit when it gets hard. You've trained yourself to avoid pressure. And now, pressure feels like pain. But pressure is what creates strength. Think about it. Nothing grows without pressure. Muscles grow under tension. Diamonds form under pressure. And people grow when they're pushed beyond their comfort zone. But you've been avoiding that push. You've been choosing the easy route every time life gives you a choice. And now you're seeing the results of that. A stagnant life. A limited income. A constant feeling that you could be doing more, but you're not. That feeling? That's not random. That's your potential calling you out. That's your mind reminding you that you're meant for more. But instead of answering that call, you silence it with distractions, with comfort, with excuses. And every time you do that, you lose a little more control over your life. Because if you don't control your habits will control you. And right now, your habits are leading you in the wrong direction, straight into more comfort, more delay, more regret. But here's the good news. You can change this. Not next year, not next month, today, right now, in this moment. Because change doesn't start with some massive action. It starts with a decision, a real decision. Not the kind you say and forget, but the kind you back up with action. The kind where you say, no more. No more wasting time. No more choosing comfort over growth. No more watching life pass by while you do nothing about it. That decision is where everything shifts. But understand this. The moment you decide to change, life will test you. You'll feel resistance. You'll feel tired. You'll feel like going back to your old habits. That's normal. That's part of the process. Because your old self will fight to survive. Your comfort zone will try to pull you back in. And most people lose right there. They start strong, and then they fall back. Because they weren't ready for the discomfort that comes with change. But you need to be different. You need to expect that struggle. You need to embrace it. Because that struggle is proof that you're moving forward. It's proof that you're breaking old patterns. It's proof that you're becoming someone new. And that's not easy. It's not supposed to be. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But they don't. That's why most people stay broke. That's why most people stay average. That's why most people never reach their potential. Because they choose comfort over and over again. So now it comes back to you. What are you going to choose? Are you going to keep repeating the same cycle? Or are you finally going to break it? Because the truth is, nothing changes if you don't. And deep down, you already know that. This is where everything comes together. Not tomorrow, not someday. Right here, right now. Because at the end of the day, it all comes down to one thing. The choices you make when nobody is watching. That's what defines you. Not what you say. Not what you plan. Not what you dream about. What you actually do consistently. That's your reality. And if your reality is still broke, still stuck, still the same, then your choices haven't changed. It's that simple. You can listen to motivation all day. You can watch videos. You can get inspired for a few minutes. But none of that matters if you don't take action. Because motivation without action is just entertainment. And you're not here to be entertained. You're here because something inside you knows you're capable of more. But capability means nothing without execution. You don't get rewarded for potential. You get rewarded for results. And results come from discipline, from consistency, from doing the work, especially when you don't feel like it. So here's what you need to do. Not a complicated plan, not some perfect strategy. Just simple, real, uncomfortable actions. Wake up earlier. Stop wasting hours on things that don't matter. Start building something, a skill, a business, a source of income. Focus on growth every single day, even when it's boring, even when it feels slow, even when you don't see immediate results. Because that's where most people quit. They want fast success. They want instant results. And when they don't get it, they go right back to comfort, right back to the same habits that keep them stuck. But you can't afford that anymore. Not if you're serious about changing your life. Because time is moving whether you act or not. Every day you delay, you're getting older. Every day you stay comfortable, you're falling further behind. And one day, you're going to wake up and realize you ran out of time. That's the reality most people face. Not because they couldn't succeed, but because they waited too long to take it seriously. Don't let that be you. Don't be the person who looks back with regret. Don't be the person who says, I could have done more. I should have tried harder. I wasted too much time. Because those words, they hit different when it's too late. Right now, you still have a chance. Right now, you can still change everything. But only if you're willing to leave comfort behind. Completely, not halfway, not when it's convenient. Fully, because partial effort gives partial results. And partial results won't get you out of the life you're in. You need full commitment. A mindset that says, no matter how hard it gets, I'm not going back. That's the level you need to reach. Where quitting is no longer an option. Where comfort is no longer your default. Where discipline becomes your identity. Because once that shift happens, everything changes. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop making excuses. You stop choosing easy. And you start becoming dangerous, focused, relentless, unstoppable. That's the version of you that builds wealth. That's the version of you that breaks the cycle. That's the version of you that wins. So this is it, your moment, your decision. You can close this video and go back to your comfortable life. Or you can take this seriously and start changing your actions today. Not perfectly, but consistently. Because consistency beats everything, every single time. So the next time you feel like choosing comfort, remember this. Comfort is why you're broke. Comfort is why you're stuck. Comfort is what's holding you back from the life you want. And the moment you start rejecting comfort, that's the moment your life finally starts moving forward. Now the question is, what are you going to do about it?